Complaints against doctors will be processed more quickly and effectively under recommendations from a work group set up by the Health Ministry. Clearer legal guidelines will also give doctors an objective standard to refer to when dealing with patient consent. The work group was established with the aim of revamping current disciplinary processes and improving the practice of medical ethics. Gwyneth Teo with more.
When orthopedic surgeon Lim Lian An was fined $100,000 by a Singapore Medical Council disciplinary tribunal for failing to inform his patient about the side effects from a common steroid injection, doctors here feared they will face similar consequences in future. Almost 200 doctors stopped administering the injection altogether, and others priced the risk into their fees, causing the median drug cost to surge to between $100 and $200.
Miss, I'm not doing this as a doctor. I'm not doing this because I think this is what you want, what is best for you. I'm doing this because I'm afraid that you'll sue me. So this is a relationship that is actually, I would call it a lose-lose proposition. It is not good for the patient, it's not good for the doctor.
Imagine being told you might have to go for surgery and then being given a stack of papers like this, full of information and consent forms. Now that's what some patients have faced, as Singapore doctors fear being taken to task for not giving their patients enough information to make informed decisions. But when confronted with this much information without much medical guidance or advice, can patients make a good decision or even one at all? Such examples of defensive medicine, which result from fears over getting sued, are why the Health Ministry convened a work group to scrutinize the disciplinary workflow of SMC. The work group first recommends setting objective standards for informed consent. This includes the publication of guidelines on what doctors should inform patients ahead of more common procedures. Doctors tell CNA these could include colonoscopy and cataract surgery. While not new, the compilation of this information will give doctors something to refer to. Dr. Lim's case also took 3 years to close. The work group found that the long disciplinary process, which can take up to 6 years, is due to the lack of deadlines and manpower constraints. Its recommendations countered these issues so that complaints can be processed within 18 months. Where previously disciplinary tribunals were appointed by the SMC, making the council investigator, prosecutor and judge, the Health Ministry will now oversee the process to ensure the tribunal's independence. These require changes to the law, which will be made within the first half of 2020. The work group also pushes for mediation to play a larger role in settling disputes.
Doctors must be able to freely give advice to patients. Patients must trust in the advice. And doctors must in turn know that if there is a complaint made, if there's an adverse incident, a claim that is made against them, that the system will be able to generate results that are fair, transparent, and an outcome that is consistent and reasonable. And if they can practice in that environment, then I think both the interests of doctors as well as patients will be upheld.
We have to look at it also from the patient's perspective on what they want to know. Okay, we are not taking that away, right? I think they need to be encouraged. We need to prompt doctors to routinely prompt the patient to ask questions. But I think that what will be important is that if we can foster the right environment where patients feel that doctors are interested to hear their concerns and views.
The Health Ministry has accepted the recommendations.